welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Today we're looking at Rupert Murdoch, Keith Rupert Murdoch, and just kind of checking in on his shenanigans, and I don't even know, but we're going to take a look at him and just try to kind of do a little dive in. Will he ever be exposed for all his hands and everything? So, but before we get started, I just want to say hello, welcome. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. And for my subscribers already, bless you. Thank you. And to my members, big hugs to you. Couldn't be here without you. So just love, love, love. Okay, so let's check in. So let me tell you a little bit about Rupert. He was born in Melbourne, Australia. For those of you who don't know, born in Melbourne, Australia, and his birth name was Keith Rupert Murdoch. We know him as Rupert Murdoch. His father was a journalist and a newspaper publisher. His mother was a philanthropist. You know what I'm talking about. That's what she was. Murdoch himself was Rupert, who we're talking about today. He was married about 4 or 5 times. He is presently married to Jerry Hall. They were married in 2016. His first marriage was just about a 10-year marriage there, 1956 to 1967. Okay, so from all these marriages, he had about 9 kids. And his education, he went to Worcester College, Oxford University in 1953. He is the founder of a news corporation, which has holdings in cable, film, television, internet, direct broadcast, satellite television, sports, publishing, and other fields. He owns about 1 billion newspapers. Murdoch has been compared to William Randolph Hearst, who is often considered the founder of the tabloid-style journalism. So that makes sense since he owns Fox, right? So in 1952, his father passed away and left him in control of the news company in Adelaide, Australia. And so he begins running the news in 1954. In 1956, he purchases Perth's Sunday Times. Then in 1960, he purchased Sydney's newspaper, Daily Mirror, and the Sunday Mirror. In 1964, starts the Australian and National newspaper. So you can see where this is going. He's controlling the news and the narrative, right? That's what I keep hearing here. Like, wow, his manipulation on these things. Very interesting to me that one man can control so much information going out and controlling that narrative. So in 1969 becomes the London publisher, then gains control of the paper News of the World. Also acquires the Sun, which he transforms into a tabloid. In 1973, he expands to the United States by purchasing the San Antonio Express and the San Antonio News. In 1974, moves to the United States. In 1974, starts the National Star, weekly tabloid, to complete with the National Enquirer. In 1976, he purchases the New York Post. In 1977, purchases New York Magazine Corporation, which includes the New York Magazine and the Village Voice. Murdoch has since sold both Village Voice, and the New York Magazine. In 1979, forms News Corporation in Australia. In 1981, purchases the Times of London. 82, purchases Boston Herald. See where this is going? In 1983, purchases the Chicago Sun. In 1985, he purchases so this is 1985, the 20th Century Fox. He bought that from Marvin Davis for $600 million in 1985. In September 1985, he becomes a naturalized citizen of the United States. In 1986, purchases several U.S. television stations and creates Fox Broadcasting. In 1987, purchases U.S. publishing house Harper and Row for $300 million. In 1988, sells the New York Post because of laws prohibiting ownership of the newspapers and TV stations in the same market. So he has to sell. In 1990, merges Harper and Row and two other publishing operations to HarperCollins. In 1993, purchases Star TV, a satellite television service based in Hong Kong. Connecting the dots. 1996, launches the Fox News Channel. So from 1998 to 2004, he owns the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team. Y'all got to do that. In 2004, shifts News Corporation Incorporation from Australia to the United States. In 2005, he purchases the Intermix Media owner of MySpace. Whatever happened to MySpace? For $580 million. In 2007, purchases Dow Jones, the publisher of the Wall Street Journal. So it goes on. So in 2011, he sells MySpace for $35 million. So he took a loss on that one, didn't he? All right. So in July 16th, 2011, Murdoch meets with the family of murdered teen Millie Dowler and personally apologizes for the hacking of Dowler's phone by News of the World staff. Murdoch issues an apology for the phone hacking via full-page ads in 7 national newspapers. On July 19th, a few days later, Murdoch and his son James testify before the Parliament's Cultural, Media, and Sport Committee on the phone hacking scandal. Enveloping News Group International. During the testimony, a protester hits Murdoch with a pie made of shaving cream. In March of 2012, the months-long FBI investigation into allegations of bribery by officials of a Russian subsidiary of News Corp, News Outdoor Russia, comes to light. A billboard company paid to advertise in public space on government-owned property sold its interest. April 2012, John Riley, the head of the Sky News, admits to authorizing journalists to hack into emails of private citizens. Sky News is owned by News Corp. Okay, so you can see this hacking. Again, in April 2012, James Murdoch testifies, as his son, before the independent British inquiry into the journalist ethics. He insists that he knew little about the scale of phone hacking by people working for the World News of the World, sorry. April 26, 2012, Rupert Murdoch testifies. I just made up a new word, guys. Testifies. testifies before the same committee, he admits to a cover-up of abuses at the News of the World and apologizes for not paying more attention to the scandal. All right. It goes on to other ventures they're doing. Oh boy. And out of water. It goes on to many more things he does here, and it just goes on and on. In July 21st, 2016, he takes over as chairman and acting CEO of Fox News Channel and Fox Business Network, as Roger Ailes resigns amid allegations by Fox employees of sexual harassment. So he steps in and takes over as chairman. And then we know that Bill Shine and Jack Aberthy take over as co-presidents of Fox News at that time. And on December 9th, 2016, Murdoch's 21st Century Fox strikes a deal to take full control of Sky, one of the world's leading pay TV providers, in an offer that values Sky at $23.3 billion. The British government rules that Murdoch's 21st Century should not be allowed to purchase Sky without a further investigation. Fox says it will continue to work constructively with the UK authorities. Okay. So it goes on and on. All right. So the last thing I see here, December 2021, the Wall Street Journal reports that Murdoch has purchased Beaverhead Ranch, a cattle ranch in Montana, for over $200 million. All right. So here we have this powerful man who's taken over the world of narrative, and Fox News. And what's the game here? What is his game here? He's a media. Hold. And so will he be exposed? Will anything be discovered on him and his role in things? So let's just take an overall look at him. I just see a lot of money, obviously, around him, a lot of power, hungry, money, if you own the narrative, type stuff like that. So let's look at, he's 91, guys. He's 91 years old. Forgot to say that. 91. Okay. It's kind of, there's things that are, oops. Wait. Okay. Wow. Okay, there is interesting things coming out here. Okay, so things will be shifting for him, it looks like. We have some interesting cards playing out for him. He is not the provider of truth. He definitely moves in creating narrative that he supports that false narrative. He's like, I just want to give the people what they want to hear. So whatever people he's drawing into, it's the people who spend a lot of time watching TV, mindless shows. I myself love mindless shows, but I'm just trying to create a picture of the group of people that he feeds into, the ones that literally lifetime, just watching that TV is what I'm seeing. So I'm not sure how to paint that picture for you, but there's a certain group of people, and we know the Fox watchers, but you also have, I don't know, like where you can control the masses, right? The sheep. It's controlling that narrative. That's him in a nutshell. He's not, this is literally the center of his whole reading here. The Queen of Swords in reverse. He literally does not bring truth, right? He just wants to give whatever the people want to hear, whatever's going to make them the most money. Although it's so interesting, I don't have any money cards. I do have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's in reverse here. I don't have any pentacles here, which is very interesting because that power piece came in. So at this point in his life, he might not think a lot about money, but he does enjoy the power, maybe that power play piece there. He's losing ground. He's losing ground here. The wheel is turning. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So he is absolutely losing ground here as the globe shifts, and you don't have a bunch of sheeple to grab into all your things and create false narrative. People are waking up, right? And so he's losing ground. He's losing people because people just aren't interested in what he has to offer anymore. They're starting to see on the wall. Now, as far as like if he's going to be exposed, or any more of this the things that he has done or been a part of, I'm not sure about that. But it does show him here. Here he is, the Emperor, the King of Cups, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So he's losing ground, guys. He's losing ground of whatever that narrative. Will he be exposed? I also see him. I do see him. Yeah, he's definitely hitting some bad luck here. See, because I'm not getting any like towers for him or anything like that. I'm not getting any 10 of swords. I'm not getting any 3 of swords. I'm not getting any of that. So I don't see the exposing or like being brought in on maybe people around him, but not him. I don't, he does look like he may be in a place of kind of withdrawing now. It's like I just heard he's old news. He's withdrawing. No one, his type of news is not as popular as it used to be. People are smarting up. He's moving into a time he's losing He's losing ground. It's kind of like this vicious circle. So something that could also mean something, he's losing ground because something does come back around. And let's ask specific here. Very interesting. His energy is very interesting. I don't feel much. Like, I do feel he cares for people around him, but only to a certain level. I feel he's kept himself pretty, like it's interesting. I have a sense that he has a fear of being alone. But he's not, he's a global thinker and visionary as far as, you know, that power and taking over the world type of thing through media. But as far as keeping the world safe for the future, I don't, it's kind of cold there, kind of cold feeling in regards to that. Anyways. Let's see, one last thing on him. What else do we have? One last thing on him. Yeah, he's kind of stuck in his so yes, he is guilty of whatever. And it's definitely going to affect him, right? And we do have pentacle cards surrounding him here, so I'll show you those. And let's see, get those here for you. And so I'll show you how it's laid out here. He is, it did say he was selfish. I mean, I did see that. He's one-sided, condescending. But look at that. I also, there's debt here with that too. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. That means he's lost his balance. He's ruined. He's ruined because he's guilty. So we see that he's ruined, and he's going to lose a lot. So that's the outcome on him. We'll see how it plays out. But I do see personal and financial ruin for him because of this. This is who he is. Okay. Well, blessings to you. I hope that was interesting to you. I found it enlightening to me, because it's like one man can hold control over the narrative of half the world. I mean, what? I don't think that's okay. And I know you don't either if you're watching this. So anyways, blessings to you, and thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.